Every day, countless dogs are returned to shelters. One of the main reasons a shelter dog is returned is due to a mismatch of dog temperament and its potential owner's lifestyle. This project aims to help dog shelters and pet adopters determine the energy levels of an adoption candidate dog in order to find its ideal home. To do this, we conducted a formative study consisting of 2 iterations to determine if accelerometer and tug sensors placed on a dog's leash, collar, and harness can collect data that can be used to quantify the energy of a dog through its lunges. The study also served the purpose of showing us which metrics have the most observable potential in helping visualize dog energy levels. We utilized wagon sensors, which are wearable, adaptable, growable grid of interconnected nodes created by GVU researchers. These are designed for wearable systems that allow us to quickly attach sensors to a featherboard for quick studies. We hypothesized the best placements of these sensors, testing multiple locations, but ultimately ruled that the collar, back of harness, and bottom of the leash are the best areas to run in the study due to its staying power, as dogs tend to break sensors, and their closeness to the dog. We ran 2 iterations of the study. The first day we tested the accelerometer and tug sensor separately by presenting Ratchet, our test dog, a treat. This was to see if we could get any quantifiable and distinguishable readings from the sensors that corresponded to his movements. The second day we ran the test, but this time with Ratchet tethered to a stationary object, as holding the leash ourselves proved to increase errors. Our results revealed that the tug sensors had not been outputting the proper values. Fixes we made to the wagon library code failed to alleviate the problem in time to run another trial. However, we were able to get meaningful data from the accelerometer. We averaged the acceleration across all 3 axes to determine spikes in energy level. Ultimately, we determined that the back of the collar placement showed the most nuanced readings with respect to the recorded dog movements. For our second project, we expanded upon this work by creating a final prototype using this optimum sensor placement. We created a pouch that could be easily secured to the back of the harness. We additionally soldered on a power switch for ease of use. Since we needed to manually generate a sync trigger, 5 shakes of the device while the video is recorded so that we could line up the data to the recorded dog movements, this design of the prototype was made to reduce the amount of time the sensor was on in collecting data before being placed on the dog. The goal of our second project was to collect data from as many dogs as possible to determine if dog movements were distinguishable in the data and could be categorized. We ran the same procedure as our last study using this prototype on 4 dogs belonging to lab members. Across multiple trials, we found that our data is inconclusive to make a formative assessment or build a classifier, because the quantity of our data we currently have is insufficient to draw hard assumptions. Other studies we have seen as part of our literature review conducted hundreds of experiments with numerous dogs in order to get significant results. We were only able to test with 4 dogs in the course of the month and only a couple of trials each. The scheduling and short timeline of the project made it difficult for us to conduct a large amount of trials. With more trials, the small gaps between the data would have a chance of normalizing, allowing us to make reasonable categorizations of dog energy levels, and we would wish to work with more dogs going forward.